measures that must be followed before the transport sector is fully reopened. Some of the protocols announced today by Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia include operators keeping details of passengers for contact tracing purposes. While visitors traveling to Kenya will not undergo mandatory quarantine, Kenyans traveling outside may not have it easy. Fred Kagonye gives us a picture of the new transport protocols.
As the country gears to resume normal operations, the transport sector has seen the worst of coronavirus. And now the Ministry of Transport says it's all systems go, even though the risks involved are still high.
We have put in place an inspection and certification process of ensuring that PSV operators observe the new protocol and guidelines issued by the Minister of Health.
Transport by road, which is the most used form of transport by the public, will see the operators saddled with the responsibility of ensuring physical distancing, wearing of face masks by passengers, ensuring routine sanitation, and keeping details of their passengers for easy contact tracing.
Developing a checkbox whereby there's a document which you highlight hand washing, fumigation, sanitation, covered within one checkbox.
Upon arrival in various destinations, the responsibility of ensuring compliance will then be shifted to the counties and police. So how will this be implemented given the big number of vehicles and people involved?
When they get into the counties, the accountability, responsibility becomes that of the public health officers in the counties, in conjunction with the traffic police, in conjunction with the Council of Governors.
Local flights are set to resume operations on 15th July, while international flights will resume on the 1st of August. All visitors coming to the country will not be required to go into mandatory quarantine. This comes even as visitors from Kenya remain banned from traveling to 31 European countries.
All passengers shall be exempt from quarantine on arrival at their destinations if their body temperatures is not above 37.5 degrees Celsius. And they do not have a persistent cough, difficulty in breathing, and other flu-like symptoms.
The standard gauge railway will resume operations on Monday the 13th, with the train set to leave Nairobi for Mombasa at 8 a.m. and Mombasa for Nairobi at 1 p.m.
Only 50% of the total capacity. It will also have an additional coach, which shall be used to isolate passengers suspected to be infected with COVID-19.
With all these protocols set to be rolled out, the die has been cast, and indeed, the fight against corona has been shifted to all of us, with a screaming message from the government being that we are on our own. Fred Kagonye, KTN News.
And that story there leads to our big Q tonight, and we're asking you, what do you think about the new transport protocols issued by the government today? What do you think about the new transport protocols issued by the government today? Of course, some of the highlights from that is passengers leaving their details for contact tracing purposes, and that visitors coming in will not be subjected to mandatory quarantine, whereas Kenyans traveling outside to some select countries, they have to go through this. So what do you think about these measures? Just give us your thoughts. You can tweet me directly at Sharon_Momanyi or at KTN News KE. You can also SMS us at 22155, and we will be sampling your views during this bulletin. Meanwhile, health